Welcome back to Wrestling Flash. If you are new, be sure to like and subscribe for more wrestling content. Without wasting any time, let's get into today's video. WWE has announced the date of one of the most loved PPVs of the year, Survivor Series. This is the one time of the year that the best of Raw take on the best of SmackDown. Last year, it was a triple brand PPV with NXT also taking part. However, it looks like NXT will be off from this year's Survivor Series. On the last episode of Raw and SmackDown were mentioned multiple times, but there was no sign of NXT being a part. This is a surprise, as NXT is a developmental brand and yet gives good competition to Raw and SmackDown. The black and gold brand also put up a lovely display at last year's edition. Here are a few possible reasons NXT is not a part of the PPV. NXT has scheduled 3 PPV in the space of 2 months. While October 4th saw TakeOver 31, this Wednesday we have NXT Halloween Havoc hosted by Shotzi Blackheart. Just 14 days after the Survivor Series on December 6th, another NXT TakeOver is scheduled to take place. While performing is not an issue for superstars as they wrestle every 2-3 days for years, creating storylines, invasion angles and other traditional Survivor Series angles with 3 PPVs to be planned will be difficult for Triple H, HBK, William Regal, and others. This is one reason. However, there is one more reason we may not see NXT at the PPV. Over the past 2-3 months, NXT's injury woes have kept on increasing. The moment NXT tried to start a new storyline, a superstar involved in it got injured. Many other superstars from the UK and other countries are absent because of travel issues that have made the roster very thin. It's sad the black and gold brand will not compete even after putting on a good show last year. NXT won 4 of the 10 scheduled matches last year. Lio Rush defeated Akira Tozawa and Kalisto on the pre-show. NXT's women's team comprising Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Candice LeRae, Io Shirai, and Toni Storm defeated the Raw and SmackDown women. Roderick Strong won his match against United States Champion AJ Styles and Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura. The main event was a power-packed one with NXT Women's Champion Shayna Baszler fighting Raw Women's Champ Becky Lynch and SmackDown Women's Champ Bayley. The cage fighter came up victorious, giving NXT their 4th win of the night. However, knowing Vince McMahon, he can make any last-minute changes. We can only hope he changes his mind and brings NXT as Survivor Series. Roman Reigns was victorious in his defense of the WWE Universal Championship at Hell in a Cell against Jey Uso. More importantly, Reigns ensured that he has been elevated to the family's head in his new avatar, and possibly, that the Usos will now follow his orders to form a rumored heel faction. In a sense, the WWE Universe has recently been buzzing about Roman Reigns, especially with plans to turn him into a megastar like The Rock and John Cena. Of course, on Twitter, proposed matches seem to be a highlight. Some fans have been quizzing CM Punk on a possible match with Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 37. CM Punk took questions on Twitter on Tuesday, and a fan asked about wrestling Roman Reigns in the main event of WrestleMania 37. Punk said that his match should go first as the show is 67 hours long. Ironically, CM Punk would insist on going first as one of his dreams was to be in WrestleMania's main event, which he never received when he was WWE champion. Perhaps the ship has sailed, but in professional wrestling, never say never. In the meantime, it'll be interesting to see Roman Reigns' next move on WWE SmackDown. WWE Raw superstar Matt Riddle has targeted WWE Hall of Famer Booker T again online. Riddle also took a shot at the WWE legend last year, after he criticized the King of Brothers. The same story has now been repeated. Booker recently stated that if a superstar wants to win world titles and become a major name, they should have a certain look. He added that Riddle wrestling barefoot won't do him any favors in this department. Riddle has now posted a tweet reacting to Booker's comments, posting a still from his Raw match against Sheamus. Matt Riddle wrote that it's the face he makes whenever Booker T opens his mouth. Riddle also congratulated Sheamus for the win. Last year, Riddle began taking shots at WWE Hall of Famer Goldberg when the latter returned for a match with The Undertaker. Soon after, Riddle took shots at Booker T, Lance Storm, and Chris Jericho, all former WCW talents. Riddle's online feud with Booker T didn't last long, but it has been reignited again courtesy of Booker's recent comments. The King of Brothers recently lost a Survivor Series qualifying match to Sheamus on WWE Raw, and won't be a part of Team Raw squad as a result.